Here are some quick tips for raising great readers. First, you see the books. Don't you want to read them? If you display your books like this, at least a few, to catch your child's interest, this will draw them in faster than the books with the spines on the bookshelf. Particularly for your early readers, this is much more enticing. Second is make sure you display books all over your house. I'm even crazy enough to have some in my minivan. I have a little basket of books, and my 1-year-old will grab the books and look through them as we drive around the town. Second is build a culture around reading aloud as a family. 15 minutes a day. In a year, you'll have read over 90 hours. And in 18 years of 15 minutes a day, which is, just a little time each day, you can actually have read over 60 days just of nothing but reading. And can you imagine what a child can do with that much words being read to them? It's amazing. One of my best memories of growing up is my dad reading things like The Hobbit to me when I was really old enough to read it to myself. But it was so much more fun to have my dad read it. He had a great voice. Next is, did you know that kids who hear books build bigger vocabularies? The words used in books are more varied, and they're bigger words than what you hear in an everyday conversation or on TV. So you're really building up their vocabularies when you do this favor of reading aloud to them. You can also read several levels above what they're able to read to themselves, and then when they do encounter those words later, they'll know what they sound like, and they'll recognize them from having heard you read them. You can also if you read slowly, you'll give them a chance to build beautiful word pictures of what's going on in their heads from the words you're reading. And being able to create the create a picture in their head is a learned skill. So you start off with easier books to read, and then you can build up to, things like Shakespeare and whatnot. Also, if you read really slowly, it will put them to sleep faster if they're already tired. So at night, read really slowly and read a book without great pictures. Once you've read some nice picture books first, right? Next is, did you know that reading Shakespeare can actually increase a child's SAT scores? And that Shakespeare is referenced in pop culture all the time. And a great way to introduce Shakespeare and other bigger works of fiction and whatnot is by reading abridged versions, and Usborne Books has some really lovely ones. So I hope I've inspired you to go out and read to your children, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.